everybody, it's Sharon and Mark from Catano and Loeffler Realty Services. Apparently we don't agree on some of the things we're talking about today. Top 10 ways to win a bidding war. Most of the properties we list, we do have bidding wars. My top way to win a bidding war is hire a realtor that's going to get good rapport with the listing realtor. So work with someone who's going to pick up the phone, who's going to call, who's going to explain who you are as an individual, because on offer day, you're just a number on paper. The next thing that you have to worry about is recognizing that the seller has control. Let it go. You don't have control over the situation. They pretty much get what they demand, and you have to prepare yourself for that.
I mean, I do agree and I disagree some points. Like, it depends how they list it. If they list it and they're, super aggressive on price, and, you can still get a good deal on price, yet they will probably dictate the terms of things like closing date, inclusions, exclusions, typically, no conditions as well. So
it's harder to negotiate for sure for our buyers. And then I think the other big thing that people kind of shake their heads, and we're perpetuating this as realtors perhaps, but you forget about the asking price. We're looking at prices on market, on MLS, and we're seeing prices sell for at least 100 to sometimes more over ask.
Yeah, I mean, asking prices means very little sometimes these days if they've set it up for a bidding war, but they're $250,000 less than the market comparables. So you should be running market comparables on these properties, and maybe you're actually getting a deal. You could be spending $200,000 more than the asking price, and yet you might be getting a deal because the market comparables could be $250,000 over asking.
And generally know the neighborhood. Like, we're able to export some stats for you that show the ratio of list price to sale price. So you generally know maybe prices are selling 110% of ask, and you're able to kind of ballpark an offer price with that in mind. So do your research on that market as well. So.
Next is don't get caught up in winning a bidding war at all costs.
Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
So have a budget. Stick to your budget. Don't get involved in flying off the handle at the last minute. Find your budget. Get organized to talk to your lender. Find it and stick to it.
I mean, sometimes you're going to look at houses that you think are in your budget, that are priced in your budget, yet, again, based on market comparables, probably won't be in your budget. Don't get frustrated with that. It's just, obviously, it's a marketing ploy. List price sometimes doesn't matter. It could be $1, it could be $1 million. Doesn't matter.
We had someone coming into our open house yesterday. It was $799 list price. I suggested they might start looking around the $600,000 to $650,000 range in order to hit within their budget, which was $750,000. So the expectations need to be adjusted if you're not working with someone that can explain that to you. And guys, know when we're offering on properties, you might only get one chance. So get ready to put in your best offer. Like I said earlier, you typically might be just a number on paper. You're going to get one shot. We have agents call us upset saying, hey, you didn't counter. We didn't get a chance to improve. Those days are often gone in multiple offer situations. So you're really only going to get one shot on paper on offer presentation day. You do a good job of coming back on if we've got a couple that are close. Tend to go back and forth, maybe with the top 2 or 3, but really give it your best shot. Don't get emotionally attached. This would be the perfect one for you to say. Don't get emotionally attached.
So I just tell everyone is the number one thing is you pick your number and you have your number in mind. If it sells for $1 more, you're not upset. If it sells for $1 less, you're not upset. You pick your number, you stick to it. If you're going to be upset that it sells for a couple $1,000s more, well, then it probably wasn't your number.
Easy. Don't get emotionally attached. Work with Mark. When we're talking about, there's two sides to it too. You want to do your very best to mitigate the seller's risk. So you're going to reduce their risk as much as possible, and that typically is a firm offer. We can't suggest that that's what you should do, but that ultimately is what is winning bidding wars these days. So making it a very clean deal for that seller, that's what they're looking for. On the flip side, you've got to mitigate your own risk at the same time. So are you able to make sure your financing is ironclad?
Yeah, are you able to have your pre-inspection? I mean, you can get an inspection done within an hour to check the major things at the house, like the furnace, the electrical, that type of stuff.
Inspectors are often able to do a mini pre-inspection for you and definitely mitigate your own risk. So making it appealing to the seller, but protecting yourself at the same time.
And obviously be ready with your deposit, usually 5% down within 24 hours of acceptance. So that should be sitting in an account or off a line of credit, somewhere where it's readily accessible that you don't have to have one of these online brokerages where you have to transfer it over somewhere and we have 2 or 3 days. or it's not in stocks or whatever that's going to take some time to get money out, it should be sitting in an account ready to go.
Guys, and the last thing that is probably worth mentioning is if you don't win, don't blame it on your realtor. Keep on going. This is a tough market. I think our average is about 4 right now on offers that are going in for our buyers. We might be a bit better than that. We've won the last couple right away. Anyway, you're going to lose multiple times potentially. Just keep going, stay positive, stick with it. If your dream is home ownership, it's absolutely worth it. Thanks, guys. If you've got any questions, reach out anytime. We'll be happy to help.